Hey guys, Fletch here, firmly in World Cup mode now, of course, and so far the World Cup has been very explosive, hasn't it? Normally, the opening stages of this tournament can be quite nervy and often provide tight, close affairs, especially within games. But so far, that hasn't been the case, has it? At the time of recording this, 30 of the 32 teams have all played their first game, with the exception of Poland and Senegal. Within them 15 games that have already been played, 35 goals have already been scored in this competition. And whilst the competition so far has produced some excellent matches and some excellent goals that are top quality standard, there's been one tiny new element of the game that has been dominating the headlines surrounding the World Cup and overshadowing, I feel, the event as a whole. And I am, of course, talking about VAR, Video Assistant Refereeing. This new technology is still within its early stages of development, of course. It's what you call like a trial stage, I guess. But so far within this tournament, it's been rather hit and miss, as I'll go on to explain. VAR was first called into action during this World Cup during the France versus Australia game last Saturday, where Antoine Griezmann was brought down in the penalty area by Josh Risdon. Originally, the referee didn't give a penalty, but after consulting VAR, he awarded a penalty to France. In the next game, which was Argentina versus Iceland, Argentina felt they deserved the penalty when Christian Pavon went down in the penalty area, but the referee waved away all protests and this time didn't even consult VAR, even though in hindsight, he probably should have done, as it looked more than likely a penalty. VAR has since awarded penalties to Peru and Sweden, and whilst there's been very little debate, with the exception of maybe the French appeal, on how it's been used when the referees have called it into action, there have been a few teams that have been left angered by the technology's lack of usage, but with referees not deciding to consult with it, and it has angered the likes of Brazil and England. I have already mentioned Argentina's slight misfortune with VAR, but a big team who were left even more angry by the decision or to not use it, or its lack of usage, shall I say, was Brazil. Brazil took on Switzerland in the opening game of Group E, and the scoreline finished one apiece. But Brazil were angered by the Switzerland goal, the Switzerland equaliser, which they believe should not have stood due to a foul in the build-up by the eventual goalscorer Steven Zubar on their centre-back defender Miranda. It was a decision that has left Brazil angry, and they've gone on to demand answers from FIFA as to why VAR was not used to see that goal, and another incident which happened later in the game, which was Gabriel Jesus, who went down in the penalty area, and a penalty was not awarded. Brazil were left fuming by the decision not to consult with VAR on both occasions. Another example of VAR not being used when in hindsight it probably should have been used was during the England versus Tunisia game. On two occasions from two different corner kicks for England, Harry Kane was seen being wrestled to the ground by two different Tunisia players. Replays show that the right punishment for the Tunisia players would have been a penalty awarded against them at the very least, but the referee waved away protests and nothing was awarded, even though it was difficult to understand how it was not picked up at all by either VAR or the referees themselves, and how the referee's original decision wasn't overturned. Of course, this is still considered the trial and error stage of VAR, and whilst many believe we still won't agree on how it will work and the outcome of certain events when it is in use, at least we are heading somewhere to try and improve the game as a whole. But the strange thing is, we're being told VAR is in use all the time. We're told it's being used for every event that happens within the penalty area at both ends of the pitch. So why has there already been so much controversy already surrounding it in this tournament? And it's very early stages as well. There's only been a week or so of this tournament in play. So imagine how bad it's going to be towards the end of it if it continues like this. FIFA has said that following the events of the England game, they are going to look into this issue in further detail, and that is a good thing they are doing, as it certainly, like I said, needs to be improved, as it has been overshadowing the tournament so far. Personally, I've said for a while that there needs to be some sort of challenge system, like they have in the tennis, in which the captains approach the referee, tell them what to specifically look out for in the replays, and then that's when they can actually look at it and say whether it is or is not what they believe it to be. If their challenge is successful, they keep the challenge. If they are not successful, they lose a challenge. It's as simple as that. I don't know. There's got to be something like that in this, because I feel like it's getting ridiculous and out of hand. If it continues the way it looks to be continuing, it could get worse. But that's just one man's opinion, one man's overview on the situation. Guys, let me know in the comment section below if you have enjoyed the World Cup debut of VAR. What would you do to improve it? Do we need to go back to the drawing board with it and use it again in some years down the line? And also, are you enjoying the World Cup so far? Who are you supporting? Who do you think will win the tournament? I'd really like to hear your thoughts and comments on this down below, as we continue on the biggest stage of football there is. If you like the video, hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe if you're new or want to see more content like this. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. This has been Fletch, and I'll see you in the next video.